Go. All right. There I am. Okay, we are here. Hello, hello. Annette Green here with Elizabeth Craft Designs, going live today, Wednesday, May the 17th. Gonna give you guys a minute to check in, sign on, and I got my iPad right here. Gonna check the comments, make sure we're going. I've just come back from a working trip to Florida. I did 2 classes down at Wicked Papers in Merritt Island, Florida, and saw all my old buddies there. Taught some really fun classes with my new release. And then I got to see my mom for Mother's Day, which is great, of course. And I just got home last night. So I had a few things prepared for the live before I left. And this morning I have spent the morning watching Rihanna and David and Els, all the lives from the last 3, just to make sure I wasn't going to repeat anything. And I think we're good to go. So I have 3 different things to share today. It's going to be very different. Make sure you guys are with me. It's going to be very different because each of the 3 things is unique in its own way. If you saw the little teaser photo, you'll see it's like one is very bright and bold, the other is very shabby chic, and then the other one is sort of in between. So it's going to be very different. Okay, I'm going to put my iPad over here and check you guys out. There we are. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, now I'm seeing comments and I'm seeing people. Turn my sound down. There we go. Week 19 with your mom was great. Thank you. Thanks, Rhonda. All right, let me go back and see. Hi, Denise. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Karen in Texas. Hey, Terry. Yes, like, comment, and share. Don't forget. And I guess Monday's the big day for the drawing of the gift certificate, right? Hi, Diane Barnett. Suzanne is watching. Carla, Christine. Hey. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks. Okay, Yvonne and Kathy. Miranda. Yona's here. Mirham is here. Laura is watching. Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome, everybody. Awesome. Okay, so I'm on the Stream Deck here. I got the laptop on a trash can, my favorite thing to do, I guess. I'm going to switch over to the tabletop so we can take a look at stuff. I want to show you my little bonbon box, so that is super fun. It's not what the video is about today, but I wanted to show you mine because it's really kind of fun and cute. So let's change it up here. Okay, and who else is joining? Ingrid is here. Rick is here. Astrid, Connie, Clementine, Sue Walker. Awesome. And Judy. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I just want to show you really quick my little bonbon box here. This is so cute. Anita Yosette, I guess, also, of course, was involved, and probably Els had a lot to say about what went into this collection, but you see a mixture of a couple of the new florals by Anita and the gang. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Paula. Pia's watching. Patricia. Catherine is here. Hey, Catherine. I just saw Catherine down in Florida. So anyway, this is my cute little version of the bonbon box and the bow there. I'm not sure why I felt compelled to put this little curve on the top. That is really not the way it's intended by looking at the pictures. But I have a mixture of different florals here, which I'll tell you about. But really quick before we start the live and what I'm actually going to do today. Thank you, Belinda. Hi. Linda Stenzel is here. There's Anita. Anita, you just really knocked it out of the park with this collection. Of course. They're awesome. I just want to show you really quick. I tried something new, this floral foam kind of stuff that I've been seeing people talking about. In particular, I use the Heartfelt Creations version, and it's like kids craft foam, but it's quite thin and very dense, and it die cuts beautifully. This in particular is from Heartfelt Creations, which is going to be going out of business from what I have heard. Art foam paper. There's many companies, I guess, that carry this in different countries even. So I thought I would just experiment with it. So I got some and I played with it. And that's what we're seeing here on this particular box. All my florals and leaves are made with that foam. And I even plugged in my little Cricut iron to kind of show you how it works, just really quick. Hopefully doing this live, I won't burn myself. But when you die cut out the flower shape and you stick it on an iron, now I got to get my mat ready over here and a tool because it's a really fast thing. You lay this on an iron, and do you see what's happening? How it's starting to curve and shape and kind of melt? And that's why I'm using my Cricut iron instead of my clothes iron. And then you stick it down and you really quickly work it while it's still warm. And you can shape it. Now, do you have a lot of control? Not really. So it's kind of cool. It's interesting. And you can reheat it if you don't like it. You can color it first before you heat it. I just didn't find that there was a lot of control like, you see us do when we make the flowers where we can curve them one way and then kind of curve the petals another. You don't really have all that control, but it is still kind of interesting. I liked what it did with the leaves, kind of made it twist and turn and curl and happen very organically. So, I mean, I just wanted to share that. I thought that was kind of interesting. So let me turn off my iron, look at the comments. Thank you. Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, it's just something I've never tried before, and I just was so curious. Nice iron. Yeah, that's my little Cricut mini, for doing vinyl and stuff like that, which I don't do very much, I have to say. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 3 completely different things. I kind of said at the top of the hour, but somebody remind me to give you a little sneak peek of a little summer special thingy that's coming down the pike. I got special permission from Els to give you a little sneak peek, but I may forget, so you got to remind me at the end, okay? Do I have something in the cute box, Femkit? No, I don't, not yet. Certainly is a pretty good size to put some candies or a little stack of cookies or maybe some cute little socks. Definitely small gifts, but someday I will put something in there for sure. Okay, so I love the pizza box. I have done at least 1 live or 2 with the pizza box. I've done some of my own videos with the pizza box. I just still really, really love it. It's so darn cute and it's so easy. It's one of their really big dies from Elizabeth Brass, of course. I'm sure we've all seen it a bunch of times, but there it is. And I love it. I wish I had pulled some samples of the ones I've made in the past, but I wanted to do some of my stuff on here and the new florals. So we're just going to get right to it. Catherine says diamond earrings. She's replying to Belinda, so I don't know. Maybe that's what would go in the box. Would be nice. Yeah, great idea. Els is watching. Hi, Els. Yeah, I love the pizza box, Anya. It's same as you. I just love it. It's great. It's just so cute. So I have used some graphic 45 paper, and it's Life's a Bowl of Cherries, I believe it's what it's called, and you can see the cherries there. I just thought it was really sweet for like a summertime maybe gift if you go to a little barbecue party or whatever. So as I was using the papers, I was kind of sticking with really simple stuff inside, of course, of the cherries. But I thought, I wonder if we have a cherry die, and we do not, that I am aware of. Not the size that I wanted. So I got to looking at my dies, in particular, the Playful Flowers, which is this one here. And I was kind of going to mix and match Anita's flowers with mine and some of these little twirly-doos here. And I saw this shape right here. So it made me think maybe I could turn that shape, which is this right here, And it's intended to have this layered over it to make a, you know, kind of a funky flower. But this right here looked like a little bit like a cherry. Because cherries, you know, they're not perfectly round. So I got to playing around and using some of the stems, and I made myself a little set of cherries. So I want to show you how I did that, and then we're going to make some flowers and mix it all together on the top of my cute little box here. So we're going to grab that guy right away, and I'll get a little scrap paper, because what I like to do when I'm coloring things like this is I take a little like temporary adhesive, and I try to decide right away, what do I want to be the top and the bottom. I think I'll do that. And I just tack it down on my little sheet here. Okay, that just sort of keeps it in place. Doesn't shift around a whole lot when I go to do any blending. Thanks, Diane. I hope you do enjoy it. And I've got just some oxides here. I have like lumberjack plaid, and I have aged mahogany up there, and I do have a brown over there, and little fingertip dauber. So when I think of a cherry, I think there's always that little bit of a shine spot. So I'm going to sort of come in and blend and leave one spot in that upper right area completely white. That's kind of shifting on me, but that's why I put down that little bit of adhesive, so I don't have to keep holding it with my finger. I have found that I have fingerprints sometimes stay on the oxides when I'm doing this, so that's why I like to. Ooh! That's okay. Don't go straight from the ink pad right to the cherry. And we can blend it out because it's oxides. That's the great thing about those. Don't you love it when I do that? Because I know you guys do that too, and I'm not perfect. So you've seen me do this maybe with strawberries in the past to give it a really realistic look. And you see I'm just sort of layering and layering. I'm taking it slow. Okay, so that's looking good. Thanks, Sharon. Thank you, thank you. I like the femke. I like the little thing you left me there. She's left me some cherries and some flowers and a heart. Thank you. Okay. Have you seen the brush daubers? Are you talking about these, Diana? I did start with that on my first one there. But with something this small, I just feel like the fingertip has got a little more control. So now I'm going in with some aged mahogany, just because it's a little darker red. And of course, you know, you can make these bright red cherries. I'm looking over at my other ones. They are fairly bright red. It just depends on, I could come back in here with a little brighter red if I wanted to. But here's where I would just kind of pick it up and then hit it with, in this case, it's, what is this? Frayed burlap. A little bit of brown, just to add that last bit of dimension. And I'm trying not to make too much fingerprints here. And I'm not sure what that line is right there. It might be something underneath my paper. So you just have to be careful of that. But, I mean, you get the idea, the basic idea, right? And that's quite a shine spot, so I could go over that a little bit more with whatever's left on this little brush here. And just kind of tone that down a little bit. Okay, and so I ended up with this. Now, what I did is I took my stems. So here's one of the stems from the Playful Flowers, and I believe it is this one. Yeah. So I did two of these, and I colored them with some green inks, oxides, and put them in there. But as you can see, when you look at them, I did snip them off like bluntly, because that's how it would look going into a cherry. And then you see how there's a little dark ring to give it some dimension. I did that with just a red colored pencil. Just nothing fancy. Just, I have fancy ones, but they don't have to be. I just went in there and darkened that up around there. And then of course, I've got some stuff on the back here, but I made me some little leaves with some different shades of green. And the leaves come from Anita's die. So let's find that one. I was looking at some pictures of cherries and it looked a lot like this type of leaf from Florals 20. So that's what I used right there. And I just cut them apart, but this is, you know, obviously how they cut. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you. Okay, y'all are talking about where you can find stuff on Amazon. Okay, Cindy Bixby's here. Hey, sister. So I will just go ahead and color one of these real quick, one of these leaves. In this case, I started with Twisted Citron, nice bright yellowy green, kind of up the middle, just quick. And then Mowed Lawn with a new fingertip dauber. And I don't want to smear into that red, so I have to be a little careful. And so I might come in from the outside a little bit, work my way in. Yeah, see, my finger has a little red on it there, so I have to be careful. I should clean my hands in between. So, like David said, I think, do as I say, not as I do. I forget what he said that about. Okay. And I'm assuming nobody's saying anything about the sound. I am not using my microphone today. My phone is right near my mouth. I think I'm going to be okay. But, you know, if I'm a little low, let me know. I'm so used to the microphone that sometimes I'll start talking softly and realize I better speak up a little bit. Okay, and then the last color is Lucky Clover. And that's just where you'd kind of go around that, just that very outside edge. So super easy. I like to use 3 colors just to give all that dimension. And you know, you can pick this up and really get down in there. But just to show you very quickly. And then, you know, you have your veins and you can do all your shaping on the cushion. But for sake of time, because I have so many things I want to show you, we'll stop there and make this inky thing. Sounded great, sounded great, sounded great here. Awesome. Okay, let me clean my fingers. Hello, Lori Spencer. Petra hears me well. Pat Ford, hello. And Petra G says sound is fine. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go back to some flower shaping. I combined the playful flowers, and I die cut out of pattern paper, which I like to do. It's kind of fun. And so I cut that big fancy one. It does have like a shadow part to it, but I left that away. I'm just going to do this. And then I use the inside of Florals 22 right there, that little guy. And I just cut it out in the white, soft finish white, and I'm going to pop that in the middle. And I did that again here with a Florals 22 flower in that same center. So we'll glue those together real quick. Yeah, I really like using the pattern paper like that. It's just adds a little more whimsy. You know, if the pattern isn't too crazy, it can look really nice. And this just has a tiny little polka dot. So it's not too busy and distracting. I've had this graphic 45 paper for quite a while, and I had intended to do all kinds of wonderful things with it, and then I got super busy. So this is really the first time I'm using it. Yes, Diane, it is. I mean, it's been so much fun watching Rihanna and David and Els. Everybody's doing it. We're all mixing and matching, and that just says what a great company Elizabeth Crafts is, because if you can do that with many different designers' products, it's just awesome. So there's my cherries. I'm going to go ahead and pop those on first because they're my focal point. Kathy just got the playful flowers, the bird, and the postage stamp. Yes, you need to play with them today. You can see here on my box, I have the large doily, one of the two designs of the large doily. Burlap underneath too. Yes, Sue Walker, that's a great idea. Thanks, Else. She likes those cherries. And because these are so big, I'm going to put them on next. So I'm going to grab some Kids' Choice. Thank you, Angel. Like, comment, and share. Good. You guys keep that up for sure. Win that gift certificate. Let's see. I'm going to use a little Kids' Choice glue here because it's thick and it grabs fast. And I'm just using a little coffee stir stick from the kitchen because why not? Let's see. Down here maybe. Kind of overlap a little. Cute. And then, you know, this inside part from this, because it's on the same die as the one I used to cut the cherries, like there's those two pieces on the one die, I went ahead and cut it out because you never know, you're going to use it someday kind of thing. But what pops out of there is a cute little flower in itself, and these make great tiny little filler flowers. So I grabbed my new Olo markers and I colored that blue really quick, kind of this teal blue to match the box. Angel, yes, the best designers. Yes, we are really rocking it with the designers with this company. I'm so happy to be within the company of everyone that's on these teams. It's awesome. Okay, let's see. We have some little curlicues cut out in colored green to match our leaves. I think we could do those next before we get too filled up here. And I'll just use my little fine point glue here. Carol, do you mean you got them all the Olo markers? You'll have to answer me. While I was in Florida, the remainder of my shipment came in of them, so now I have all of them. Cha-ching, but they're awesome. And David sounded like he was going to do a little in-depth video on the markers. I did a little quick, my opinion, you know, humble, what do I call it? Honest review. I did a little honest review video recently on my channel about the Olo markers, the tonic trimmer, the newest one, and magnet sheets. So if you wanted to hear about that, it's just my personal opinion. Patrice ordered, what did you say, Patrice? Let's see. I've just ordered some to try. Okay. I mean, that's the way to do it for sure, because they're expensive, is order a few, try them out. If you can't find a store where you can go try them out, you know, definitely order just a few. And then if you really, really love them, definitely get you some more. But they are quite good, I have to say. David did one in Dutch already. Okay. Okay. Cool. I have to say, when I was watching everybody's live this morning, the last three, and Else, I was cracking up at you when you were just talking about you and Yoop and where you were staying, and you were prepared to die that night. I mean, Paul came in from the other room and was like, "What are you laughing at?" I literally did laugh out loud. Okay, so I need to clean up my glue over here. And, oh, Carol bought all of your new dies and stamps. Okay, well, awesome. Thank you. Hey, Margaret, it's okay that you're late. Welcome, welcome. We're just kind of getting rolling. I've been doing a lot of talking. Oh, I do want to make one of these for you guys. So this is one of the new florals. This is the minis. Elle showed these in her last video. So there's all these tiny flowers and tiny leaves, which is genius. We always need those little ones, right? We love the big ones, but you can definitely need smaller ones to fill in the spaces and just for smaller projects. So I thought, same thing. I'm having a little glue issue here. It's just oozing out. I need to just keep capping it up. But I want to show you how I made they are sort of like a cherry blossom, kind of, sort of. So I'll show you how I made one of those really quick. I got one right here. So I use this shape, which to me looks very much like a cherry blossom shape with those little notches in the tips of the petals, right? And I can remember what I did. I'm pretty sure I used my Olo markers to just kind of color a soft pink center, kind of sweeping out. Simple. And then I used my little red. I see some yellow in there. Let's do the yellow first. So I took a colored pencil. Again, nothing fancy. And I've sharpened it nice and sharp. And just to kind of fake some stamens, because I don't want to go through all, trying to find something to fill in there and all that stuff. We're just going to keep it really, really simple. So I just did some strokes out like that. And then little red dots is how I saw it on Google. So just teeny tiny little dots. Just random. Nothing perfect. The more imperfect, the better. So, and then the very last thing that I did is I just kind of picked up that dauber that had the red ink on it. And I hit just the tips. Very, very lightly. Yes, I love simple too, Paula. Yeah, these minis, they're probably going to be one of my constant go-tos. I love the big ones, but I do love the little ones quite a bit. Okay, I mean, that's really kind of it. I see where I have a little bit of yellow just on that one, so I probably didn't even intend to do that. So we would just take our little ball stylus and a cushion and just start stirring, and that is really it. That's all. It's so simple. So that's how I made those. Easy peasy. Let's see, late like me, are you? Oh, they're talking to each other. Don't worry about being late, we don't care. You're here. No one has ever been shamed for being a little late to the show. Okay, so I did stamp, and I feel like I should get this down soon. You Make My Life Sweet, which is from the floral set, the new stamp set that comes with it. Not with it, but it is offered along with it, is CS308, the With Love Sentiments. So I picked You Make My Life Sweet. And rather than just sticking it on there straight like that, we'll just go ahead and shape it as well. And I'm just using, a paintbrush, little craft foam brush here, because it's smooth and round. And I'm going to do that in the middle. And then I'm going to pull it up on the ends a little bit. Okay, I stamped it in a very similar blue, and I inked it with a little bit of that frayed burlap. And now when I glue it down, I'll just put glue on those humps that are touching. So we might as well get that on here. And I think I want to use Kids' Choice again because it's just so great. It's thick, grabs fast, holds tight, dries clear, all the good things, right? All right, let's see, sneak it under there a little bit. Make my life sweet. Okay, cute. Yeah, nice trick. Thank you, Maurice. It's a very simple trick. I like those. Okay, so now we can just start filling in with all these little guys. And this will be done, and we'll work on a second project that is completely different. All right, more Kids' Choice. Thank you. Nice work on the banner. Thank you, Vicki. Kathy, I missed your comment, but I see that this is your first time here, so welcome. That's awesome. Where's my tweezers? There they are. All right, so do I have a plan? Not necessarily. I kind of have a picture off to the side when I was laying all this out, but I'm just going to kind of fly through here. Yes, welcome, Kathy. Kids' choice is easy for the flowers. David, hello, David. You are here. There was a question I was having about in my head for you, David, about using the live feature when I'm using my Stream Deck and all that stuff. And there's an option in there where you can like do a pre-live. And I wondered if you ever did that. So we'll have to talk about that later. And yes, we have to get Els to get the Stream Deck and the OBS. And I think Mark's going to have to help her with that for sure. Because it's not super duper intuitive and easy. Took me quite a while to figure it out. Because I had to figure it out kind of on my own. Kind of watching YouTube videos. And I don't feel like 100% like I know everything yet. Let's see. Oh dear, message me. Okay, I will, David. Thank you. All right, so the blue flowers about right here and right here. And one more. Guess you gotta have 3. Should we put it here? Sure. Why not? Now, I may go back in and put something in the middle. There's definitely little centers to those mini flowers. Different sizes. I just didn't cut any yet, but I want to go in and put something in there. And it'll probably just be white. But, I mean, really, that's all I'm going to do. I think it's super cute. And I got the cherries on the inside, so I just love that. And I hope you do too. Okay, I'm going to take a drink and reset here. Could you use the minis for reinforcements? Let's see. Well, yes, you would have to make the hole a little bigger. The hole's quite small. And in the case of probably most of these, you would then damage the flower because, you know, the petals come in quite far. And if you were to punch a hole there, all the petals would just fall away. They would no longer be connected as a flower. So probably not, but there is one of the sets that has a flower in it, one of the reinforcement sets. So I just need to kind of check it out. All right, let me get rid of all these colors. Get my new picture. Cherry candies in your pizza box. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I haven't even thought about what to put in it yet. Something sweet for sure. And cherry flavored would be a bonus. Okay, so now we're going to shift gears completely from bright and bold to kind of shabby chicish. All right. I can do it. I love to do it, but I just tend to go more toward all the really bright stuff. Just seems to make me happy. But I can do it. So I wanted to show you really quick. I was thinking of what I was going to do. I had the pizza box kind of ready, but I thought, well, I need to show them more than that. So I was playing around with, I was looking in my little bin that had all my bits and extra stuff that I just pull from when I need something quick and I don't want to necessarily cut out something new or something. And I found these buttons that I had made, and these are old buttons. I don't even know from what. You see all the paint all over them. And I had taken some kind of online class. I think it was the fodder school thing. And they had us making our own little custom buttons from old buttons or regular buttons, just buttons you don't use anymore. And so I grabbed this one because it has a big blue flower on it and some green. And I knew I wanted to use a little blue in my card. But this is really fun because it's just like gesso and then scrapbook paper, I think. This might have been like collage tissue. I don't remember. If anybody took that class, Cindy Bixby, you took that class. Tell me if you remember. Anyway, those are fun to make, and I have them just sitting here and haven't done anything with them. So today is the day. So what I want to do here is I want to mix a little of my release and Esther's release and of course the new florals. So I am going to make a 5x7 card here. I have this kind of yellowy golden base, and here's my card front, which is from the book 6, brand new. Is it available yet, everyone? Oh, Belinda just decoupaged some buttons last week. Yeah, they're really easy and fun and all that. Hi, Mary. Glad you caught me. Yay. Some we use photos, some fodder we made, says Cindy. Okay. David goes out to buy buttons. Yeah, well, I'm warning you, it's addictive. It's hard to stop, but it is a great way to use up buttons, which, you know, a lot of times we're not using buttons anymore like we used to so much in scrapbooking and card making and stuff. Okay, so I want to make just a sweet little card, and I am using my lace borders. So I'm going to use 2 different ones here, and I also cut these from one of the books, and I think it's 5, whatever last summer was, where there was a lot of blues and browns and summery words, ocean, cruising. Lori just picked up book number 6 and loves it. Yeah, well, it's great, especially for really neutral stuff. Let's see, does it matter? I think we will go about, well, let me snip it first just to get an idea so I don't get confused. I think I'll just do like a split here. So I'm going to leave a little and put those aside. And we'll get this one down first. Judy's asking, anyone know if you mail a card with a button, will it break? I mean, my answer to that, and you guys can all weigh in, is, I mean, you just need to use a padded envelope, which is going to cost you a little bit more, as we know. But, I mean, I always use padded envelopes when I send dimensional cards out to people. Let's see, how far down? I think I'll go below the R here. Okay. And hopefully I'm on there straight. I don't want to stick my head, okay, in the camera. Okay, and then this one, you know, we would tend to want to put it that way, but for some reason I'm thinking it doesn't look too bad going that way. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Right, like so. Sure. Okay. I have button dies, but no bulk. Oh, bulk. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, button die. I mean, that'd be the answer to the problem. Something that looks like a dimensional button, but is actually just a flat die would be a great alternative. Okay. So let's put this up here. Slide. I might have to get some of that glue that David was talking about. I heard him say it's something to do with a bear. You guys tell me what it is. But I heard David say that it gives you a little more, as he says, wiggle room to get it into place, a little more longer drying time than art glitter glue, which really doesn't allow you to slide. If you act quickly, it will, but sometimes, you know, we can't really get it on there quickly, and then your glue is dry. So there's my 2 borders. Barely art glue. Thank you, David. Somebody, Belinda, is it in the US? Is anybody else going off the page? I think not. I'm going to get this on here while you guys answer me. Barely art glue. Yes, Yona, that's right. Somebody tell me. Oh, it's okay, David. I was wondering if you were screaming at me. You were enthusiastic, I could tell. Oh, yes, made in, yes, in US, says Teresa. Okay, thank you. Great. Well, I just got to find it now. I got no scrapbook stores around here, so They have to order it. Okay, so this is going down next. Okay, and then we have our mannequin. Although I call it a dress form, that is one of Esther's newest, the mannequins, number 2031. There it is right there. So I've used, again, the book 6. I cut it out twice. Two different types of paper from the book 6. As you can see, just the bodice part is in a different paper. Glued them together, inked the edges. I got me some double-sided adhesive on there, of course. But first I want to put down one of my doilies. These are the small doilies. And where's the thing I was going to show you? Oh, so I initially had this idea. And I think I've seen something like this before, so it's not like it's my idea or anything. But I took the doily and I kind of curved it on the cushion with the paintbrush handle. And then I rolled it around and glued it to itself and then kind of mushed it. So it looked kind of like something you might put flowers in, right? I just couldn't get it to work balance-wise on this page, but I think that would be a great idea on a smaller card all by itself, and just fill it with flowers coming out of it and leaves and stuff. Super, super cute. I started to even do it with that pattern paper and put it on the top of my pizza box. I just think that would be super cute. So that's just another idea you can try someday, maybe. Curved doily can be used for flowers. Yes. Yes, indeedy. Joseph, hi. Oh, your friends at Sweet Sentiment Stamp sell it. Okay, good to know. And I assume, since you're telling me that, they will take online orders. I definitely am going to try that glue, because as much as I love this. Now, here's the second question, you all that know that glue, and I should have paid attention. Can you put the fine tip thingy on it? Memory Bound Scrapbook Store. Okay, awesome. I think I'll put this right about there. Sparkle Bear. Name it Sparkle Bear. Is it sparkly? They keep calling it Barely Art Glitter Glue. Okay. It comes with a fine tip. Okay, it comes with an even finer tip. Well, golly, even better. Sweet. Okay, and all this double-sided foam tape. There's another piece right there. Gotta have a little dimension, so how far down? Right about there. Is it straight? Looks pretty straight. Well, it is what it is now. Okay, and then my button, I put a little twine, tied it into a bow, and there are words here, so I don't want to put it on upside down. I think I want that to go down here, because I'm going to do some flowers and stuff up in this corner. And to balance that out, I think I want the weight of that down there. So I will use my Kids' Choice on that for sure. 7 Plaza calls the art glitter glue. Art it Bart. What? I didn't catch that. I don't have too much trouble with the art glitter glue clogging. I think I showed a tip one time in a live where it did start to clog on me, and I said, don't, we all tend to want to stick the pin back in there and jam it around, and that's just pushing whatever's plugging back down in there, and it's just going to keep coming up and plugging. So instead, you want to either take this whole cap off and go in from underneath, say like with a piercing tool, and push the blob out, or just take that little metal tip out if that's where the clog is, and push it out that way. But don't stick things back down in there. That just doesn't do any good at all. Let's see, I got my Kids' Choice ready for my button. And this is tricky because this button is recessed in the back. So I'm going to just hit the outside edges and hope it works. I could put a little piece of foam tape under there, but it doesn't recess quite that much, so I don't want it to stick up too high. I'm just going to think this is going to work, and we'll see by the end of the card if it does. Okay, so there's the button, which goes well with the dress form, right? And then I use the same new stamp set, and I stamp Just Because, just on a strip of ivory cardstock, and ink the edges in brown, and only put some foam tape on 1/2 because I know that I want it to come over here off of the, let's see, I had it way over here in my little picture, so let's do the same thing. Is it straight? It's kind of crooked. Okay. And then now if I feel like it's straight, I can get under there where it's touching the bodice and just put a little dab of glue. Okay. What's the name of the tool you use to curl the banner and the flowers? The banner and the flowers. Well, the banner, didn't I use this? Paintbrush. The flowers, I use this. It's just, you know, one of those big ball styluses. That one's a Sizzix one in particular. If that's not what you were asking, let me know. Longer pin than the other glue. Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Yes, Belinda, thank you. Yeah, because I've bent a pin too, trying to stick it back in there. I know what you're talking about. Okay, let's move on. And I've got some flowers ready over here, and I thought I would just show you very quickly how I colored those. So let's find a blank one over here. And again, these are from Florals 22. And I have a little center over here. And I already did like the top layer of this one. So we'll just do this real quick. How am I doing on time? Oof, okay. I've got one more project to show you, but I think it'll be very quick. Let's see, I got some leaves already colored, but our little flower, super, super easy. Where's my inks for this one? Here we go. Speckled egg. That's my favorite go-to pale blue distress ink. Fingertip dauber. And just a little pounce. Darker in the center. And then I just kind of keep tapping and working my way out. You can stroke it, but sometimes, you know, distress ink as opposed to oxide isn't super creamy. And so you're probably saying, well, why didn't you just use that? And that's because as much as I like oxides, I do have issue with how chalky they look when they dry 100%. So I don't always want to use them. So I'm just going to work my way out a little bit. It's mostly a white flower with just a little blue center. So, I mean, that's really all there is to coloring that. And then this little guy, I used scattered straw. And it's face up right now, so I just did like the tips pretty heavy with the yellow. And then just kind of, you know, touch the inside a little. So it's a little bit yellow, but mostly white. Okay, and then a leaf. We want to see a leaf. Now the leaf I did a little different because I love this bundled sage. It's such a nice green color. But something about it on the fingertip dauber was just a little bit much. And I really wanted just a really subtle, soft green blend. So I got my water brush. And yes, you could do this with the Elizabeth Crafts watercolor palette for sure. But since I had inks out, I'm just going to do, I got a little nonstick craft sheet over here. I'm just going to grab it with my water brush. And I just do a really quick sweep. I do not color the whole thing, as you can see. So that's sweep number one, super duper light. And I let it kind of dry a little bit, but not 100%. And I get a little more color without squeezing the brush because I don't want more water. I just want more color. And then I might come up through the middle where that vein is in the die and just darken it through the center. Super easy, right? And when it dries, it's really pretty. It's not chalky. Very, very nice. Summer class, summer class. I won't forget. I'm going to give a little time. Els, you're going to have to tell me how much of a sneak peek I'm allowed. Because you know me, I'll just flip through the whole thing. Tell me what you think I should do, and I'll do it. Okay, so shaping the flowers, super easy. Now, I know that Karen sprays hers, and I do too sometimes, but for sake of time today, I'm not going to spray it with a little water. She generally would spray that to soften the fibers and then shape her flowers. I'm just going to do it without doing that. Because I feel like if you spray them, you do have to give it a little bit of time to let it soak in. And time we do not have right now. So, whoops. So I was stroking in all the petals toward the center, and then I would flip it over to the correct side and really give it a good press down into the mat. Don't show everything. 1 or 2 pages in the planner itself. Okay. Thank you. Gotcha. Yes, Mom. Okay, there's that. And this one's already done. So I would glue those together. This one's a little smaller and then stagger. And then this guy, no need to put it face down and do that same thing. Just kind of stir it, press it, and then put it in the middle. Okay, so that's all I did with those. So let's get those on the card so we can do the last thing and then show you the little summer sneak peek. All right, so I have 1 larger one and 2 that are the same size, and then all these leaves, and then I made these tiny little buds. And rather than going into exactly how they were done, I will just show you the flower that I used. And that's the one that has the petals that look like little hearts right there. I just colored a little bit of blue on the outside edges, and I stuck some little stamen things in there. And I did discover that if I have such a hard time, like you poke a hole and you try to get all 3 of these in there, and I just have a hard time with that. So I did poke the hole, but prior to anything, I took 3 little pieces of the stamens, and I used my Kids' Choice glue on my finger and gave it a twist and just kind of glued it nice and solid. And so that's been sitting for a bit. It's super stiff. It goes right through the hole. Really great. So that's something I would recommend. And I did find these at Hobby Lobby recently. Flower stamens in these really nice, very nice colors. Instead of having to buy a ginormous pack from Amazon, which I have already done, that was a nice alternative with some nice colors. I'm reading the comments. What do you guys, Alice? If she shows page 1 and 2, you'll see 3 as well, I think. Okay, yeah, you might see more than 2 pages. It's so fun. Can we even say what it is yet, Elle? Can I say? You tell me. Okay, I'm going to take the big one and start with that. And because it's bigger, I feel like it should be toward the bottom because of the weight of it. So we're going to put that one down here. And I'm just going to use this other stylus. It has a little smaller ball to push that into place and hold for a second. Thanks, Karen. Oh my gosh, Karen Gerber is complimenting me on talking about tips for making flowers and using the stamens. Thank you, Karen. I was so sorry to miss Karen's live that she did she has a Facebook group. It's a private group, Karen's Handmade Flowers, I believe, something very similar to that. But she was doing it live right when I was teaching my class in Florida at the very same time. So I missed it, and I haven't had time to go back and watch it on the replay, so I'm definitely going to do that. But Karen is the queen of the flower making. I just love her techniques. Okay. Floss. Okay, I see some great ideas coming across there. All right, so now I'm going to put my leaves down. I think I can just use the art glitter glue for this part. And I think I will just hit the tip over here with a little glue and my tweezers and slide this one maybe down here. And maybe these leaves go 2 different directions. So think I'll put this one here. They're really nice leaves too, with these little notchy things coming off of them. I like that. That looks very natural. Very nice. Okay. I'll be sure to take a picture of everything completed and post it in the group. Let me see what else. Did you ever answer me about what can I say, the details? I mean, I think people are figuring it out. Are they not? They'll see. They'll see. Okay. I know that Karen uses hot glue, and I do like to do that. But I'm always so terrified that I'm going to burn myself really bad on a live. So I try not to. And quite honestly, I should be snipping some of these so I can really get them under there. Because that one's going to go there. Yeah, I'm going to snip that one and try that again. Classes, yep. It's a class. There, that's the hint. Yep. It's definitely a class. If you did the December days, it will feel very familiar to you. Let's see, do I want this up here? I like it. Okay, maybe we'll pull this down a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then those little teeny guys, I did 3 of those. I'm just going to kind of add those in. They definitely are going to need the kids' choice because they have to stand up a little bit. And I know they're going to want to fall over if I don't get them with the good, strong glue. Oh, somebody did. Oh, it was Belinda, you did Karen's flower tutorial? Yeah. I got to watch it on the replay. I'll do that tomorrow with coffee. Okay, so I got my little buds. Where am I going to put my buds? Just because. Let's put one below, like there. And maybe one over here. Whoops. Get over here. I do want to put one, I don't know, right there, right there, right there. If Karen was here, she'd know right where to put it. But I think I'll put it there. Okay. I'm looking. Summer class. Oh boy, you guys are talking it up. Okay. It's new paper and a new planner, says Els. Okay. That's what we are saying so far. And maybe there. Why not? Why not? I can make more. I might. Okay, well, I'm going to call that done. Kind of nice. Very different than the pizza box and the bright colors, right? Different feel altogether. Okay, one more really quick one. What time is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I just wanted to show you this because I thought it was very fun. And I think I saw Anita do something very similar, although it was with a die. So I was playing around with my stamps. This one in particular is from, do I have them here? I think it's right here. Yes, Bloom. This guy right here. So just to let you know what I did really quick, I just grabbed a piece of ivory cardstock. I took the big circle out of the large doily and I traced it. And that was the thing that I used to kind of guide me as I stamped with 2 different colors of green. I did use my VersaFine Clairs. Love those guys. 2 different shades of green. And then I took the minis, excuse me, and I cut a whole bunch. And I colored them, and I used colored pencil. And I made these cute little spring colors. And then this guy, he's from a different stamp set. This is from the Happy stamp set. I haven't seen too many people using the Ladybug, and I think because he's just a solid stamp, people aren't quite sure. You know, Ladybug's supposed to be red, but if you stamp him all in red, he might look a little funny. So what I like to do is I stamp him twice, and of course requires a little fussy cutting. But you see how his body is the red one? So you just cut out the red and you stick it on the black and then you cut the whole thing out. Add little spots. And he's cute, right? So I made a little 5x5 card. Again, one of the book papers. Don't remember which. And I got some foam tape here. And we're going to pop it up really fast. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Donna. What about sneak peek? It's coming. If you can hang in there. I know I'm going over time, but you can hang in there just another minute. I'm not going to forget, okay? I'm going to stick that right smack in the middle. I have thanks from my everyday words popped up as well. And then this is one that I will definitely finish and post later, but I'm going to pop that right in the middle. And then my little guy's going to go here. Of course, he's on foam tape as well. Okay, cute, cute. And then I'll just start arranging all these little guys and make a really pretty card. Okay, so I'll post a picture of that later so that we can get to the sneak peek. Okay, so there's that. There's that little recap of everything today, and there's that. Okay, sneak peek time. I'm excited. Okay, so we know it's a class. We know it has something to do with summer. We know it has something to do with new paper, and we know that it is a new planner. I'm cleaning my tweezers, which I just laid in the Kids' Choice glue. Get that out of here. Okay, so here's the sneak peek. This is the new red planner coming, sidekick size and full size, which is what this is, right? And there is a stamp set, which I can't show you. There's a paper collection, which you'll get a really quick look at, and the new planner. And that's the class, and it's coming. It's coming. Okay, here's a quick look. Da-da-da, da-da-da, and maybe one more da-da-da. Okay, that's it. I hope that was okay. I hope you got an idea, and I hope you like it. Thank you guys all for joining me. Let's go back to this here view. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging in there. It's just 3 minutes past. I didn't do too bad for all that stuff I had to cover. I will post the pictures of the finished projects. And that's it for me. I think that Els is going to be here Friday. I'm not sure. She wasn't sure the last video that I watched of her. So just stay tuned. Thanks for joining me. And I'm going to sign off now. Take care.